Okay, friends, fasten your seatbelt. Get ready, cause Road Trip is turning 20 today, and here's my review of it right now. Big D's Entertainment Ratings and Reviews. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you all as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2000 Road 6 comedy Road Trip, released by DreamWorks and directed by Todd Phillips, long before he did the Hangover trilogy and Joker, plus several others. Phillips co-wrote the story with Scott Armstrong. The film stars Breckin Myer along with Seann William Scott, Paulo Costanzo, and DJ Qualls as four college friends who embark on an 1,800-mile road trip to retrieve an illicit tape mistakenly mailed to one of them's girlfriends. Now, though it's been a long time since I last saw the movie, one day I may relive it sometime if I ever encounter it. I have seen it around used DVD spots at Game Exchange, so who knows. But anyway, let's get into the story, shall we? Now, we start out by learning that Josh Parker, that's Breckin Meyer's character, and Tiffany Henderson are childhood friends who became high school sweethearts, but when they enroll at different schools, well, actually universities, they're fictional universities, so they have to deal with a long-distance relationship. They promise to continue fidelity to one another, but however, when Josh loses touch with her, he believes she might be seeing other people. Nonetheless, he makes regular recorded videotapes to mail to her. So Josh asks, Ruben, that's Paulo Costanzo's character, to mail his tape to Tiffany before leaving for class. In class, Josh is failing ancient philosophy, and the professor informs him he needs a B+ on his midterm to pass the semester, and furthermore to re-enroll. Well, he's still worrying about Tiffany, so Josh's best friend E.L. Fault, that's Seann William Scott, who the previous year got his first going as Steve Stifler in American Pie, which I'll continue that series possibly down the road. And where was I? Oh yeah, he convinces him to accept his friend Beth Wagner, that's Amy Smart, who has a loving attraction to Josh, as a matter of fact. Jacob, the TA of philosophy, has an obsessive crush on Beth and is envious of Josh. Yeah. So, Jacob, that's Anthony Rapp's character, which I have done some research on this here guy, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Well, he's appeared in lots of things. Well, of course, I recently did a review of a movie he did in, well, before this, and that was Adventures in Babysitting, where he played Daryl. He's appeared in lots of other movies before doing Road Trip. Okay, enough said. Back to the story. Well, and he's aware of Beth's feelings for him. During E.L.'s party, Josh attends and E.L. holds an auction of several women, including Beth. Jacob also attends the party, and Beth, scared of Jacob, convinces Josh to outbid him. They quickly escape to Josh's room and videotape their intercourse with Josh's camcorder. The next morning, Josh arrives in the room in a very jovial mood, confessing that he slept with Beth. His friends play his tape, but Josh discovers that Ruben accidentally mailed the sex tape to Tiffany, having confused it with the other tape. Josh then receives a voicemail from Tiffany saying that she did not call him because Her grandfather had died, and she will be away from school until Monday. So, accompanied by EL and Ruben, Josh asks this dude, Kyle, to tag along. Kyle, that's DJ Qualls' character, mainly because he needs his car. Now, Kyle's a shy loner who lives in constant fear of his overly strict father, Earl, played by Fred Ward. You may know him from Tremors and several other movies, the rightful owner of the car. So the group heads out to drive the nearly 1,800 miles to Austin back in 3 days and leave Barry, that's Tom Green's character, to take care of their pet snake, Mitch. When they reach Pennsylvania, taking a supposed shortcut, they come upon a small collapsed bridge and are annoyed that they will waste 5 hours backtracking. So EL and Ruben convince the other two that they could jump the gap. Kyle objects, but they proceed. They make it across, but the car is effectively destroyed upon landing when the wheels fall off. They get out and discuss what to do next, and the car explodes. So they continue on foot and stop at a motel. So Ruben tries to buy some weed from the eccentric and unsympathetic motel clerk and is informed that Kyle's credit card is maxed out. EL looks for transportation, talks an otherwise rather savvy blind woman, Brenda, who works for a local school for the blind, into letting him take a bus away to be repaired. So the crew resume their journey. Meanwhile, Earl tries to pay for a meal with a maxed out card, but is denied service, and he then begins an all-out search for Kyle when he is informed by the police that the car was found blown up and Kyle was missing. So on their way to Austin, the group goes through a series of misadventures, such as 2 of them making deposits at a sperm bank to raise needed funds, which that's a pretty fun scene. Ruben successfully lying his way into letting the group stay overnight at a fraternity house full of African Americans at the University of Tennessee, where the members pull a prank on Kyle, which causes him to faint, and a visit with Barry's grandparents. Since Josh's books were destroyed in the exploded car, he calls his professor to ask for an extension on his midterm exam. Jacob answers the phone, impersonating the professor, and grants a fake extension. Yeah. While Barry is trying to feed Mitch, Beth comes back to the room inquiring of Josh's whereabouts. Barry informs her that Josh has feelings for her. But Jacob walks in and informs Beth that he tricked Josh about the midterm extension and that he is about to fail philosophy. And Mitch bites Barry in the hand, causing a vicious struggle, which ends with Mitch landing on Jacob, biting his neck, and making him lose consciousness. Yeah, this kind of all happens when a Barry gets Beth to go to see a different friend one, because I believe he mistakenly said Tony Anderson, I believe. No, wait, a different one. My mistake. Like I said, it's been a long time since I last saw this. Also, while at the University of Tennessee, I gotta tell you, Kyle really hits off with this big hot chick. It's just so... Ooh, sorry, I can't help it. I know she's big bone white or something like that, but you get the point if you've seen this movie. Okay, now then, I'm gonna get to the final act. You've got 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box and fast forward to the time below to avoid ending spoilers. Okay, thank you for your understanding. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Alright, now. The group finally gets to Austin, and once they get to Tiffany's dorm, Josh eventually intercepts the tape he sent to Tiffany, who has just arrived back at school. However, Earl shows up, furious over what happened with the car and the credit card, and threatens to drag Kyle back home with him. But Kyle finally summons the confidence to stand up to him and states that he's going back to school with his friends. Earl assaults him and confusion reigns in an all-out mini riot in the dorm's lobby. Josh and Tiffany retreat and discuss their relationship, but Beth calls to warn Josh that he has been tricked by Jacob, and while Josh talks to her, Tiffany starts to watch the tape, which turns out to be nothing but Barry mooning for the camera. Josh now has 48 hours to get back to the school or else he fails his midterm and the course and possibly be kicked out of college. After they talk, Josh and Tiffany agree to break up but remain friends. Josh and his friends head back to school, and Josh arrives just in time to take the midterm, with a little, albeit illegal, help from Beth. Barry closes the film, ending the visitors' tour by confirming to them that Josh passed the course, that Josh and Beth are still together, a happy couple, still making videos, and that Jacob eventually became leader of a cult and tried to stage a mass suicide, in which he ended up the only person to kill himself, that Ruben became a successful marijuana cultivator, and lastly, relates humorous facts about EL's and Kyle's futures. End of story. Okay, now then, what did I think of Road Trip? Well, let me put it to you this way. This was an absolute fun-filled flick. I have to give it credit for having a whole lot of hysterical humor. Well, it can be it's a bit raunchy though, but, if I ever relive it, I just may enjoy it. Because I know that according to, one of the stuff that Rotten Tomatoes says is that some humor is hit or miss. I kind of do agree, but that's depending on the audience tastes. But the movie is funny overall, and I agree with that though. There was mixed reviews for the whole cast, especially Tom Green. Of course, was big on MTV with the Tom Green Show. And of course, the following year, he was starring the extremely raunchy Freddy Got Fingered. Anyway, the film did fine, what have you, though it came in third when it opened against Dinosaur and Small Time Crooks. There would also be a direct-to-video sequel, which came out 9 years later, called Road Trip Beer Pong. There's also a soundtrack which actually has some pretty cool kicking songs. You get to hear Eels, Mr. E's Beautiful Blues. And let's see. Oh yeah, you actually get to hear Buck Cherry perform the song Anything I'll Give You. I'll give you anything, anything. That song you hear in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Of course, that was the original one, but this is a remake. And I gotta tell you Buck Cherry's cover is kick-ass. So anyway, I like the performances we got from everyone, even Tom Green. Like I said, most of the humor was hit or miss. I feel more hit than miss. Some of it was kind of weird though, but everybody was pretty good. I did like Breckin, Myer, Seann William Scott. Amy Smart was real good. DJ Qualls, Paulo, Costanzo. They were all pretty good. So anyway, the question is, would I recommend Road Trip? Hell yeah! You can find this in the rated theatrical version or the special unrated version. I think I saw the unrated version one time, and that was on Cinemax. I may be wrong though, but I know of what's the theatrical cut of this numerous times. But anyway, Road Trip. Definitely look into this. But anyway, that'll do it for this review. What did you think of Road Trip? Please feel free to tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, and if you want, subscribe and be a part of the Big D Nation. Okay, I'll be getting back to my mischievous May of, more lighter family stuff next time. But anyway, If you liked what you saw, you can check out my reviews for these other some of these other fun-filled movies that had fun adventure and what have you. Now, if you think Road Trip was good, go to the upper left-hand corner and see my review for the 1984 cult classic Up the Creek. Very underrated movie, but if you want a real road trip of a movie, kind of road trip, go to the upper right-hand corner and see my review of Smokey and the Bandit that I did earlier this year. Or if you want to tone it down a little bit, go to the bottom left-hand corner for my review of Are We There Yet, which I did earlier. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.